Cause it's time to move on now. It's time for murderous.
Oh my God, Rod! Oh, why do you got to do that so hard? Jesus, fuck, Rod.
I definitely kind of like clapped my mic. I'm like, blop. Clapping's hard, Josh. Clapping is hard.
Fucking clown dick.
He's been calling me clown dick for hours, guys. I want you to know that. Like, this is not a spontaneous thing. He called me a clown dick in my Twitch chat, and now he's carried over the clown.
You're actually, yeah, that's just your new name, clown dick.
So what if my dick has a red nose that when you squeeze it, it honks? I mean, come on, man. Everyone's dick is like that, Josh. Everyone's penis looks like a clown.
Are you sure, Rod? Are you sure you're not just clown dick?
I don't know, man. Now I'm just thinking and wondering out loud what the guy's dick looked like in that movie Clown. And
oh my God.
If it was like clown-like, did it have like a green afro on the top and a red nose and like?
Wait, didn't the guy who did the Spider-Man movies? Yeah, he did clown, didn't he? Yeah.
Yep, he did. You see that movie and you're like, what the fuck?
He's coming back and he's going to be doing a Final Destination movie. I'm fucking stoked because I was just working on a Final Destination poster. Wow,
yeah.
we come full circle on this biatch over here.
We do. It's.
Hey, wait, Rod, guess what? We're Murder Moose Podcast. We're part of the Slash and Cast podcast fucking network. And those guys have reached out. I've done a couple posters for them. I'm having a lot of fun. I love this network. And I love you, clown dick.
I love me too, clown dick. Josh distracted me so bad that he did the full intro. Josh is like, I know Rod's out of control tonight. And so I'm gonna be the responsible.
I knew I threw you off the rails with the clown dick. I knew you wouldn't recover.
I mean, I thought about it, and then I was like, nah, I want to talk about clown penises some more. The best way? The best thing about a clown dick is that, like, how you make a clown dick come is you squeeze the little flower it's wearing.
I knew I got you. Dude, I got you.
And clown dick cum doesn't look like regular cum. It looks like seltzer water.
Oh my God. Okay, clown dick. Okay, guys, I just gotta say one thing just to start this off because I'm gonna be busting clown dick's balls all throughout this episode because Idle Hands was something that I saw in theaters. This is what I knew, like when you're like, oh, watch Chucky, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched Chucky, but I cannot ever see Devon Sawa as not this character because like I grew up with this being my depiction of Devon Sawa, and I fucking love this movie. It's like Mallrats. It's like everything I've loved in movies all put into one. And Rod hasn't fucking seen it until I forced him to watch it for this show. So boo.
Oh man, I mean, boo. It's Josh. You have plenty of films in your repertoire that you go. I mean, we all.
But they're not as embarrassing. They're not as embarrassing as this.
Josh, I think 7 people have seen Idle Hands.
Shut up! No way. Clown dick.
I'm not clown dick. No. Just because I spelt the seltzer water does not mean I'm clown dick. Come on, man. Come on.
What is this show? What is this show?
Josh, if I could answer that question, it would be the first time. It would be the first time I answered such a question, Josh. Oh, this is like, we don't go this off the rails very often, but here we are. And
it's because Jerry was here. He was going to keep us on the rails, and then he couldn't come. So as soon as that happened, I was like, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
How many times did Zeke have to get us back on track last week? Like 3 at least. I was trying to count, but then my brain.
You could tell his because Zeke. You know that he has like a very professional thing going on his channel and stuff, and the fact that he was covering like EA or not EA. Well, EA Sports. It's in the game. He was called
the fake E3, yeah.
yeah, the fake E3 thing. But he was doing such a like professional job with it, and they're just like they're on task, they're on the ball, and like if you and I, I couldn't stop imagining you and you and I just being forced into that situation. We would be hilarious, but it would have nothing to do with fucking anything. And people would be like, "Who the fuck are these guys? Why does he keep saying clown dick? And why is there so many fucking fart noises all the time?
Why is he running around the stage with his hands like out, like under his head, like he's got moose antlers and making some weird. Man, man, oh,
We
man.
are officially a stupid radio show at this point.
I mean, we're like the Monday morning like clown town drive show that drive time like rush hour show in any like market like Detroit. We're definitely not from like New York City. We're like Detroit or like Salem, Massachusetts or something.
I've been watching this kid on YouTube that is like going across America right now. His like most successful show on his channel was like living off of a penny for like a week or something, and like successfully trading that penny for like a pen, and then selling that pen for $1, and then making that dollar into like something he could like sell or whatever. So his thing is he's doing it because it was so successful on his channel for 30 days. He's crossing America to give Mr. Beast a penny, and it's all for like a charity fundraiser for like feeding the homeless and stuff. But he's been in Colorado for like the last week just doing this bit in Colorado, and I was like, oh, you don't know who this kid is, but he's all over the place, and I've watched him for a long time. His name's like Ryan Trahan or something, and yeah, he's just like this 22-year-old kid who's super awkward on YouTube, and he's been in your town all week just messing around with a penny.
Colorado's not a small state, set of land. I mean,
but seeing it through his lens, because it's just him walking around and stuff, it looks so much like Calgary. It's not even funny. Like it just it resembles Calgary so much, with the mountains right there, and just like there's a lot of the same style of like buildings, and like I'm like he could be in fucking Calgary right now, and I would believe it.
You think about it, it's just like the country kind of just filled out like this after we took it from the indigenous people. So like,
hey, Calgary did the same thing. We're on Siksika land and Tsuut'ina land.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's because people lived here, and we came back like, oh no, you guys don't live here. We do.
But we have like a Canadian company called The Bay, and we gave them the fucking Bay blankets with like hepatitis or something on it. Like.
Oh, that's fucked up, man. I mean, times are changing. It's like you think about what used the Cleveland Guardians now, but they used to be the Cleveland Indians, and we had the Washington Redskins, and they now the Commanders, I think is what the name.
Yeah, but they should have changed the names a long fucking time ago. It's good that they're finally getting with the fucking times that, hey, maybe like a whole race of people won't like this.
Yeah.
Like,
it's funny though. It's like a lot. If you actually, it wasn't that straight of an issue. I heard plenty of people who didn't give a fuck. Like, but yeah, there were the ones that cared. I had a English teacher in like middle school who like always was bitching about it, and he was like, I don't know how much Native American he was, but he was always pissed about that. He was always pissed about the Cleveland Indians because when you're like, if you're of the opinion that this is stupid, then like you're sitting there, in the city or right outside of the city where it's happening, the team. So it probably upsets you on a regular basis, right? So,
well, we have the CFL, which is just a fucking joke, anyways. It's like the fake football league. There's like only like 9 or 10 teams or something, and one of them wins a cup of the thing every year. But the newest team that just got added, like I don't know how many years ago, it's called like the Red Blacks, and I'm like, this is the newest team? Like, what are you guys doing?
Man, we live in a weird world, man. We really, really.
I'm like, who Whose idea was that? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It was probably
I said,
some sort of fucking clown dick, you know?
stop, man. But that makes it sound like you don't like me because you're saying clown dicks. You're saying that I am a clown dick, and a clown dick named this team.
No, you
the
are clown dick. That guy
and
was some sort of clown dick. You're clown dick. You're good. You're good. Don't worry, Rod.
that,
I love you.
I'm very confused by the whole like point A to point Z. Like,
I
how
don't
we
know.
getting from Rod's a clown dick to but I'm a good
No.
clown dick at the other end of
No,
that.
you are clown dick.
So it's like, oh, so you're saying is like, if we're writing this, I'm capital C clown dick,
No,
or
you're
is that
clown dick with a K.
clown dick with a K?
So it's like
Spell
the
me.
insane clown.
There's no K's in the same
I
clown.
know.
I saw a thing on Twitter today about how Eddie Guerrero was very fond of ICP because when they were like going into WCW in like '99, he like slipped and fell, and those two tried to catch him, so he didn't like kill himself. And it's like, how many like regular wrestlers would have been like too up their own ass and just like let the one of the greats of all time, Eddie Guerrero, just like fall on his face and kill himself? Like, I mean, yeah, we all know Eddie
Some sort of
Guerrero
clown
did
dick.
some kind of clown dick. Not the insane clown posse though.
I don't know why I called you clown dick. It's just because you were like you're saying something about your dick being too big or something, and I'm just like, okay, shut up, clown dick. And it was too good. It's like when I said fucking Morbius was a soggy cock. Cause like it's the first thing that came to mind. Like what's bad? It was a fucking soggy cock. Like I don't know. It's just like you know when you like eat cereal and it's just like you want that little bit of crunch, but you don't want it so crunchy that it cuts the top of your mouth. Like you know, like for like Cap'n Crunch or something. You know that shit.
Eating.
Cap'n Crunch fucking cuts the shit out of the top of your mouth, man.
Josh is eating like razor blade crunch.
No, Cap'n Crunch is so hard if you don't put fucking. You know what I'm talking about. And I hate when people call it Captain Crunch because it's not. It's Cap'n. Cap'n with an N. Cap'n Crunch.
That's a whole joke on Brooklyn Nine-Nine because he like the captain calls Jake Peralta in and he's like, Captain. He goes, stop calling me that. He goes, what did I call you, Captain? Oh, you mean like Captain Crunch? He was my only male role model as I was growing up because his dad left. Like, oh.
Hey, me too.
Oh, Josh, you. Now I need like sad Hulk music. Do. And now I'm doing Jurassic Park music.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I saw the new Jurassic Park, and that movie sucked so bad. It was so cringe. It gave my cringe for breakfast. And it wasn't Cap'n Crunch because I like Cap'n Crunch. It was fucking like Brand Buds or something stupid. They successfully made me hate parts of the original that I love.
Yeah.
Because they forced the same thing to happen out of context and for no reason with the same person. It's like, what? She just takes her glasses off like that every time? It's like, what the hell? Fuck. And then it's like, wait, what? Fuck that movie, man. I'm pissed.
I mean, we kind of figured out with the second one of those films that when they said they were doing a trilogy, it had nothing to do with a story arc. It was purely
the
like
pacing was so bad too.
Dude,
wait. We need more dinosaur behind you. So just like all of a sudden, don't run anymore.
Okay, I have to say though, speaking of not shitty things like Jurassic Park, Dominion, fucking Top Gun Maverick, which I went and saw with Zeke and Katie on Saturday night, was fucking bombastically awesome. That movie was
right?
great.
It's a good fucking time at the movies.
And it was one of the better movies I've seen. Like, it was one of those movies that I'm like, I know this movie is really good, but like it got better by being in the theater like that because you're like.
Did you go to the big theater?
No, but even then it was like Tom Cruise's face is like 18 feet wide like on the screen. Like that's dude, I had to ask you because I was thinking while I was watching that movie, I'm like, this movie is zoomed in on people a lot.
Well,
Like,
it's because
that
he doesn't like to have wides where he's shown how short he is. So
yeah.
they really do the like mid or just close up in that
Dude,
movie a lot for sure.
it was close-ups, like, so like, I was sitting there going, "Are Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise even in the same room?" Like, I couldn't even tell. It looks like a Tom Cruise stand-in for, like, the back of his head. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if those 2 don't like each other, or maybe because of Val Kilmer's health stuff. I don't know. And it was shot, during COVID, right? But
Man,
man,
those fucking B-roll shots of all the planes and the amount of like it was kind of jarring how much it jumped from like golden hour to not golden hour to golden hour just because they liked the way it looked. But
yeah,
that's just me as a person that is a photographer and has edited things. It's like, whoa, 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 like, but
yeah,
it all looked 11 out of 10. So I understand what they
yeah.
were doing because it was eye candy for the sake of eye candy.
And did that, building tension very well for,
Yeah.
which I I don't think it happens in big budget action movies, nearly as much as it should. Like, I feel like they're li like most Avenger movie, I don't know if I've ever been tense during a Avengers movie, or, like some kind of more, not that I don't enjoy the shit out of them, but, like,
Right.
how often do you actually get tense? And you got tense in the end of that movie, like,
Yeah.
even though
They're
I
like,
call
oh, fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, even though I
It was a
called it
ride, man. It felt
yeah,
almost like a Disney ride.
yeah, 'cause I mean, the story is pretty simple, right? They just use the original to set up this and then just go with that, but man, that film was fucking wonderful. It was, like, better than I thought it was gonna be, and I thought it was gonna be good. Um,
So
but
my
after
like I got I don't know, my brother-in-law, that was his like dying wish
uh-huh,
was it doesn't matter when it comes out. I want you guys as a family, like my nieces and sister, to like skip school and take them to see
yeah,
that movie because he wanted to see it so so bad. So they
yeah,
went and did like D-box the like Thursday before it came out, skipped school and made sure
yeah,
to make that happen. So it's like I don't know, seeing it and like knowing and attaching it to that as well. I was just like, yes, like he would have loved this,
yeah.
and I don't know, bring the sap to this conversation a little bit,
I'll
right?
I'll go back to funny though, because I sit there and watch a man in Tom Cruise that's 60 next month, and is looks like he's ripped as like more than I'll ever be, and I'm like, I know he's like a Hollywood actor, and he, like trainers and all that shit, but I'm like, Jesus Christ,
One of the
looking,
only things I could fucking think of the whole time is, where's your fucking helmet? You do not look cool. You look fucking stupid. You're gonna die. Like that's just me.
on a
I don't know.
motorcycle.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
what are you doing? Put a helmet on.
man, yeah, I don't know. There's a reason why I don't ride motorcycles. My luck would not transition over there, and I'd probably get hit by a semi truck, or like with my luck, it'd be like a donut truck. The ultimate way to take Rod out of this world, a donut truck running my ass over. It'd be very ironic. Very
Dunkin'
ironic.
Donuts?
I don't really care, probably, but like, I don't know if Dunkin' Donuts has trucks, so I don't know.
Okay, so wait. This is like a debate because, like, I like donuts. There's not very many good donuts to choose from in Canada anymore. We had the like Tim Hortons. They stopped making them fresh in house years ago, and then they're just fucking crap now. But what do you have other than Krispy Kreme and like Dunkin' Donuts
Oh,
in
that's the only
in America?
chains. Those are the only chains. Um,
Because we don't have
so
either really. Well, we had Krispy Kreme for a bit. I think you can still get them somewhere, but
so Krispy Kremes are just pure sugar. They are like
oh yeah,
sugar on sugar, and Dunkin' is generally pretty decent, but like, man, the problem with Dunkin' is that I'll go in like on a Saturday morning, and I want my vanilla cream donuts, the only thing I give a fuck about. I'll eat like they have good sandwiches and shit too, but like, and when they don't have those, or they give me the wrong ones, I get very sad. Cause like the vanilla cream is like they put like cake frosting in all of it basically. And it's like my favorite thing in the world. And I'm getting really hungry now. Now I want fucking Dunkin' Donuts. But yeah, so they won't have them at all, and I get sad, and I'm like, fuck this shit, Josh. And here we are. And yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, Josh.
It's got because we don't have very many. There's like a whole bunch of mom and pop and one offs and shit in Calgary, but like yeah, Tim Hortons is
Dude,
meh.
there was this little fucking Asian donut store that made, oh my god, it was like amazing donuts. And I only went like 4 or 5 times before like I couldn't go for a while. And then I came back and like they were gone. And the last time I was there, someone had like thrown a rock through their window or something like that in the middle of the night. And I'm like, these donuts were fucking like amazing. Amazing, Josh. And it's just like, why? Why? Like, they were literally the best donuts I'd ever had, and they had their vanilla cream, and it was just like it was like an it was like
Is it like a
clown
dipped
orgasm.
donut or you say the
No,
cream? Is there cream on the inside? Why is it called
yeah,
vanilla cream?
they put
Okay,
they put, vanilla cream on the inside. It's like they fill it up with it instead of like, you know, like Boston cream or something like that.
right.
It's yeah. It's
Ooh,
very tasty though. And now I want donuts, Josh, and I blame you. I'm gonna curse you when I'm like waking up in the middle of the night going like drooling on my hand like I'm Homer Simpson.
you're gonna have idle hands in the middle of the
Yeah.
night. This movie. Okay, so now that you've seen the movie, because like said it perfectly. Like I did the poster, but now that you've seen it, you understand. Like you called it like, oh, it looks like an episode of like Goosebumps or something, and
Yeah.
it totally that's what it is. It's goofy. It definitely
Yeah.
doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it is definitely like kind of a Goosebumps episode, but like with
Yeah,
gore.
with like it's like if you gave a pothead like the reins of a Goosebumps episode and didn't like you forgot to tell him it was like it has to be PG and it has to be 22 minutes and all this shit.
Yeah.
And he's just went like he got really high and then like just started yelling random words like Jessica Biel, Seth Green, Foggy from Daredevil, and we know that's in the future. All this shit, and just and he goes weed, lots of weed, and you go okay. I dude, I have to say too, as we get into this, I the one of the only things that made me sad about this movie is you have Fred Willard and he's in the movie for 2.5 minutes, if that. He's not even in it for 2.5 minutes. I'm like, you have Fred Willard, man. This motherfucker is fucking fantastic. He's a fucking like a gift to comedy. And you guys, they probably had him for one day, but like
Of course.
it made me very
But there's a
sad.
ton of people in this movie that like I don't know if they oh, this is like Jessica Alba's like first movie I think she was ever in. Pretty
Did I
like
say Beal
big.
before? I don't know if I said Beal before, by the way.
I'm pretty sure you said Beale like 18 times,
Yeah.
but whatever. Yeah, but there's so many people, right? But Fred Willard, you know, he's he's got to die sometimes in movies, I guess, So whatever.
I mean, he's not Sean Bean. I mean, Sean Bean's the one who has to like, die after like every project he's in. But that was like my big thing that kind of disappointed me. I have to say this movie was actually kind of bloodier than I thought it was going to be. Um, it it doesn't have all that much blood all the time, but the, it,
Because it's funny and like
yeah,
especially like because it is led by three extreme stoners that have either a character arc or don't around that like realization that oh maybe this you don't want to but that's what makes the movie so much funnier is Seth Green and Eldon characters just like throwing away everything. Whatever. And they fuck everything up. Whatever. And then they continue to fuck everything up. Whatever. Like it's so fucking funny.
I like also like they they continue after like going to they both being killed and coming back and they just continue to be exactly the same. There is like literally no difference in their personalities at all other than like dude, I have to say, and as I'm like talking about them coming back, the stuff they did with Eldon, is that his Nub was his name? PNUB Nub. Um, they had some terrible slash wonderful special effects with him for the half of the movie where he
Yeah.
has they're like they look really bad, but like also kind of like they made him look bad enough that they kind of looked they were cheesy practical effects, even though I don't think they were. Like,
Well,
I
sometimes they were and sometimes they weren't. You could tell when
yeah,
his face was all of a sudden like, "Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
oh man, that's bad. But then other times it's like, oh wait, yeah, that's just a good, you know,
Well,
in
it's
camera.
because having your head like cut off, like being decapitated, is not easy. I saw some video recently about the worst like like single shots that haven't aged very well. Like was like on What Culture or something, and the one they were talking about that this made me think of is the Arnold taking his head off in Total Recall, the lady head.
Right.
And I never noticed before how bad his head looks underneath it because it's just a prosthetic head. It it might it's almost as bad as the Terminator head when he cuts his own eye out in the original Terminator, right? Like, that's how bad it really was to me, and I'm like, "Are nearly that bad," and you go, "Damn, that" like, heads being removed without CGI, I don't think unless they're, like, put down on, like, the floor where you could put their head through. It's such a hard practical effect to do, right? Because even now to this thing, like, imitating a head with not a head is nearly impossible, right? You can make that's why, like, when you cut someone's head off in a movie, either you cast it or, like, what or you just don't show it very well, right? Like,
Yep.
so it's one of those effects that I'm like, I kinda just rolled with it because it was like, I never expected it to be this movie couldn't have had a huge budget, right? Like, it's goofy. It's not like it's
But the thing I
trying
do love about it is how studio it looks and feels in a lot of places. Like
yeah,
it was like really overly nostalgic for me to just go back and rewatch this movie because I loved it. But then to
yeah,
also see like that, oh, his backyard is a set.
yeah,
And normal horror movies nowadays, it's way cheaper just to get an actual person's backyard and film in it
yeah,
nowadays than have a full on like set built and blah blah blah. And like studios just did stuff so much more expensive and differently back in the
yeah.
day. And
Well,
now it's all just like more practical and
dude,
realistic. But
th
it just gave me like, I don't know, nostalgic like goosebumps.
it's it's kinda shot like like a sitcom too, right?
Yeah.
Like, it kinda feels like it's shot like a sitcom, which is weird for something like this, but, like, I laugh because, like, this movie it never takes itself seriously,
No.
and you never really truly find out what this curse is. You never really truly find out, like, besides it being, like, possession, right? You don't, like all you know is that it kills some motherfuckers at the beginning, and then you kinda get little bits and pieces from, Vivica A. Fox as she's, like, trying to that was who it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She's kinda like the bounty hunter badass in the film. Dude, who was that blonde motherfucker that, like, she was hooking up with or whatever that, like, every time I see that motherfucker, I try to remember what I've seen him in, and I never remember. Um, yeah, we were talking about the movie last night, but when Josh was trying to fix his audio and,
If you notice, I don't know on
yeah,
YouTube, it's a brand new mic. Well, not brand new.
yeah,
It's my old mic, my backup mic. I don't like this one as much, but at least it fucking works. Sorry
yeah.
that
Uh,
Jerry was supposed to be here, and because of this whole fiasco, he couldn't make it tonight. But
yeah.
we're here, and you're gonna have to deal with Clown Dick and I. So
Klondike and Josh, the mighty duo. Um, I didn't realize until Jerry pointed out Tom DeLonge's in this movie of
yeah,
Word
yeah,
Grenade fame. He's in the scene with the
at the burger
where
place, right?
he at the burger joint, yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like pushes him out of the way. And then the Offspring, back when like this is back before Offspring went. This is
But
like
this
they
is
were
also what happened in the '90s. Pop culture movies made punk popular, and that's
yeah,
what like all the things like uh Limp Bizkit and all that stuff were in movies all the time, and it was like the only
yeah.
way to get you know
Well,
things out there. So punk was huge.
dude, this movie had one of the most played songs of all time in it in Dragula. Dragula, if you weren't around back in the 90s, that song was Rob Zombie's Dragula was literally in like every video game, like every movie, like horror movie,
Every
especially.
video game.
Yeah,
Like
it
not
was
even an
every
exaggeration.
it was so many video games. It was on the radio constantly. The video was on MTV because MTV still played music videos back then. And man, there that song was so big back then, but like yeah, this is before I think most people knew who Offspring really were even, right? They weren't very big. And the lead singer even looks way different than he did later on. He just looked different at this point. I don't know why I thought he looked different, but he did.
He just didn't look as fucking old, I guess.
Yeah. And he wasn't pretty fly for a white guy anymore.
Oh my
Or
God.
whatever. He's pretty fly.
I was for me, I was already into Offspring. Like before the movie came out, I was already in punk bands and loved punk music
Yeah.
and stuff. So to see a band that I was already into in a movie, I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
Man, I have to say, there are things in this movie also that I'm go never could happen now. Like the
Yeah, yeah.
whole like the hand grabs Jessica Alba's ass and then like it turns her on instead of like, like yeah, instead of like being kind of like a sexual assault like it really was. And we know it's not his fault, it's the possessed hands doing it. But
It was Bruce Campbell's hand.
yes, Bruce, I mean the movie has a lot in they just basically went, "What if, man?" And the people who wrote this movie were fucking high as shit. They're like, "What if, man? Like you did the hand from Evil Dead, man, but like it was like some high school students, and they just all they did was smoke weed, man." And all the other guys are like, "You mean like we did, man?" And he's like,
Yeah, that's
"Yeah,
their log line.
exactly."
Just think Evil Dead with a bong. No way.
Are there series of movies about a bong that kills people? Like a horror
I,
movies?
I wouldn't doubt it, man. I would not doubt it.
I think there's a movie, set of movies where he's like a slasher character, is like an evil bong or some shit like that. I don't know. I saw for some reason on Twitter the other day a bong made out of like denim, so they're calling it a jong. I don't know. It looked ridiculous. It looked like a coaster, like those coasters or not coasters, like the beer cozies,
Oh,
like the
right,
beer
yeah.
cozies, but like made out for a bong and out of like that.
Someone needs it.
I mean, you don't want to burn your fingers or something. I don't know, but I don't know if but you know how denim is like when you light it on fire, right? It doesn't like
No.
if you ever like lit denim on fire, come on. No, I've
No.
never actually lit. I'm thinking of socks. You know when you light a sock on fire and like all the I don't know, man.
Yeah, the out. Okay, clown dick.
Okay, clown dick.
I love you, Rod. Don't worry.
I love you, Josh. I love you. I have to say though, like this movie couldn't happen today, but like Josh, are you dropping shit?
Fuck.
Josh is dropping shit. Josh's whole setup is exploding. It's like
This arm hates me.
You should probably get a new arm.
Yeah, one day.
And mic arms suck though, because as I was told when I started like streaming and podcasting, there are two kinds of mic arms: ones that cost less than $20 and ones that cost more than $120. And that was
yes,
like 5+
and
years
they
ago.
all suck.
Yeah, it's just the degree of how badly they suck. But yeah, it's how long will this go before it breaks kind of question.
This is the Rode R1N1 fucking stupidness.
I don't know. I have a Heil one, which has been pretty good since I got it.
Is that Russian?
Heil, isn't that German?
Oh, is that German? Right.
Yeah. Russian would be like Suka. Suka, the mic arm. I don't know, man.
What happened to your pigtails, man? You got to do that on the show. Come on.
No, I'm not doing my pigtails on the show. I hate pigtails. If you guys don't know, on my stream, I have a channel point redemption, and you can put me in pigtails, and people do it, and then my mods give them their points back, and it makes me sad.
They do?
Basically, yeah, they do it all the time. They give people
Oh,
their
that's
ponytails.
hilarious.
So, like, that means I'm just gonna end up in pigtails for the rest of my life, or the rest of my life.
I
Josh.
love that. I love
So,
that everyone consistently busts Clown Dick's balls.
I mean, they do. They really, really do. I'm trying to figure out here how much stuff Seth Green had done. Man, that motherfucker was going forever. He started acting in 1984.
I gotta
Shit.
ask because like I just rewatched one of my favorite movies, Airborne, and he's in that like super early. That was 93. So when did you say he started? How many
84.
movies? Holy shit.
That's his first acting credit is 84. He must have been a baby, but yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. Motherfucker's been going for a long time. And he's not one of those guys that's like that ever like blew up. I mean, he did. I think the closest would probably be I mean, the Austin Powers movies, right? And then
Right.
people know now for stuff like Buffy. He was like one of the better characters on the show, but wasn't on there that was it like 2 seasons or something. Um, but I mean, he's really known now for like Robot Chicken, right? Like he's been doing
Yep.
Robot Chicken for a long
Well,
time,
that's
and then
his show.
yeah, and then he did was it Murdoch or that the other show that had Patton Oswald on it with the Marvel character Modoc. Is it Modoc? I think is what it is. That
I
show
don't
was good,
know.
man. They canceled it. It was like a dirty. It was a dirty version of a Marvel universe, and it was like Robot Chicken, so it was clay animation, and that shit was good, man. But I think he's like the it's funny because you have like they kind of play this they kind of they're the goofballs, but they're also like kind of like the straight to like Devon Sawa's being like goofy the whole time, right? Like
Right.
even though they're goofy, but like all the crazy shit's happening to him, and they're just kind of like the stoner dudes are just kind of like laughing at him the whole time, right?
And fucking with him too, like
Oh
the
yeah.
worst angels ever.
Where they write "We're under your bed," like which is how the movie starts before his like parents get killed. Oh man, the scene with the where he's trying to make himself a sandwich, and he's just like got the bloody knife, and he's just sticking it. That's what you get for eating mayo, motherfucker. That's what you get for eating mayo. Mayo's fucking gross, man.
Oh,
And
come
so
on. Come on. Clown Dick.
why? Why you call me clown dick? Why, Josh?
It's cause I love you.
I
That's
love
it.
you too.
That's it.
So Josh, okay, I want to I need you to tell the audience. Then I need your theory of how the character. What the fuck was his name? Devon Saw was his name. It was Anton. I needed to tell the audience how Anton got his hand possessed. I need like an intricate background story that in Josh's mind is how his hand became possessed.
Um, because the lady who's going around just like, I'm on a mission. Get the fuck out of my way. Woo! Driving all crazy. She said it follows around and
Yeah,
yeah,
it
to
looks
the
like
worst, like lowest common denominator, dumbass, nothing going on in his life, like low life. And
yeah.
the night before, because he just ran out of weed the night before, so he just did his whole stash. He was using that hand a little too much for jerking off, and then he passed out listening to music, and the song is the same song somehow that was on his other freaking Walkman.
Tape player,
So
yeah.
yeah, like it's pretty dumb. So it just like it jumped right in.
Yeah. I I'm just thinking that it had something to do with bowling balls. So I'm assuming that Anton had this fetish for sticking bowling balls up his ass and jerking off. And then he combines
And he
everything.
called the bowling balls Dennis Quaid.
No, he would be Dennis Quaid, and the bowling ball was a hamster. Jeez, get it right, Josh.
No way. The bowling ball is Dennis Quaid.
Oh, I'm thinking of just people shoving things up their butts in the 80s, but
Where does this show go? It goes to hell and comes back.
it goes to hell in the handbasket. In a handbasket, Josh. And a goddamn handbasket.
In a bowling ball bag.
Yeah, something
That's
like
why I'm wearing my bowling shirt today, you know?
Yeah, so the movie starts off with the you killing Fred Willard right away, and it makes that, like I said earlier, that's one of the only things that makes me sad. I have to say, I think the smoking weed out of a plastic inhaler thing was probably not the best of plans, and he's
But it's
probably
iconic though. Like that's why the poster is the way it is. It's all the like most like iconic things for me usually. I like to bring out a
Yeah.
thing, and like the first thing that comes to mind for me like years later, and I still can't believe you hadn't seen this in your adolescent, like as an adolescent. It just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, it was always that because I had asthma growing up, and I contemplated when I was a stoner like teenager trying that too, and I was like, that would just melt it. What am I talking about? Like that's just dumb.
Yeah. That's my point. I'm like, I don't think that's very good for you. I can't believe Anton actually listened to friggin' Mick and Nub and smokes oregano and parsley. Was it the other one? It was like oregano and parsley, or
I love how they
oregano and
use it against him. I don't know. I think he's been smoking oregano.
it's like, yeah, oregano and nutmeg or some shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn it. I how this kid is so desperate to be stoned that he is literally dude, that opening scene when he wakes up after he's like, it's not even the opening scene, but like his first scene after he's murdered his parents. And he doesn't know he murdered his parents, but he is just scratching the living shit out of his balls with that like wooden
Back scratcher.
yeah, the wooden back scratcher. And I'm just like, dude, do you even want to know what your mom probably does with that? You know, she's like,
Whatever.
it's like a little hand the size of a like for rubbing a clit. Come on, Josh. You know it's okay.
You're back to clown dick again.
Again, you would have had to revert the title of Clown Dick if
I
were
called
gonna
you
say,
Rod, I think once, but now you're back to clown dick with that one.
oh, I don't want to be Clown Dick anymore, Josh. I don't want to be Clown Dick anymore. God damn it.
This mic. I'm gonna bust my teeth on it.
No. I don't know.
We are such
and-
like there. We're back to a radio show again. Rod's just making noises. Oh, it sounds almost like
that's not a moose. We keep going over this, Josh. It's not a moose.
It's as close as I could find.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. There's got to be moose calls somewhere on the internet. You could find them. I believe, Josh.
I didn't look too hard.
Your video keeps freezing on my end of it, and like you froze like this. So one of the questions I had, not that I have many questions, like Anton goes to buy weed from Mick, Seth Green's character, and decides that like public indecency isn't a problem for him. Like he's walking around in boxers, and I don't know about you, but every single pair of boxers I've ever had, my balls popping out at some point is at least a possibility. And so this motherfucker goes out because he's so goddamn lazy. He can't walk across the street with like and go put pants on. So he just goes to try to buy weed. Silly. That's
how his hand gets possessed, though. You asked, but you're answering the question as you go on.
He'd already killed like 4 people at this point. What do you mean? It's more than people. It's like his hand had been possessed when this movie started, hadn't it? Like, because he killed the 2 motherfuckers. Like he killed his parents. Yeah, it was possessed before the movie started, right?
And that's that's another reason why I like it, because it doesn't it doesn't answer all the questions, and it starts out
No.
after things have already happened and goes back and does a little bit of
Uh,
backstory, but it's not handed to you on a platter and it's not forced down your throat either. And
yeah.
because it's just a stoner movie, I think that adds to the throwaway, of that. You don't have to know. It just is.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not like arguing with that fact. I'm just pointing things out. Just pointing things out. Um, oh, God damn it, Josh. God damn it, Bobby. God damn it. So the I was Mick an actual weed dealer? Because it doesn't seem like he was. It seemed like they just always had weed, but he had run out
That
this
that
time.
looked like a lot. I don't know. That was a big bag to me, but probably not enough to like. But when you're in high school and your friend just wants a dime bag, like that's yeah, you're essentially a dealer if you're carrying around a bigger bag like he had. So
Yeah.
I
I'm
in
I'm
that
I'm
context,
not about
probably.
it. I mean, this is in California, I think, right? So, like, everyone just seems like they're drug dealers because it's California. I'm kidding. I don't know. Why am I saying things, Josh? I don't understand. I don't understand. Um, but whole film is just it does everything right, but like Jerry was talking about though, like this movie got fucked because it came out in '99 after Columbine happened.
Oh,
Um,
right. He was saying that.
and like they took it like Columbine happened and it was in theaters and they took it out or something like that, like because of Columbine. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, dude. I the things that people fucking continuously like blame for in this country, particularly like, who go, man, this is because of violent video games and movies. And it's just like, how about we have too many guns? How about we look at that simple equation? How about we look at that simple equation? Um, it's this movie couldn't have had a huge budget, right? And also, I'm looking at your poster, Josh, as we're talking. I love the dog. The dog in this movie is fucking
Yes.
adorable the
Right?
entire time, and the cat that he yeets into the next century, man. That was like some kind of fucking world record for cat eating. He yeeted that cat across the street into Jessica Alba's like bush, and then never like he basically wiped it out of existence because the cat never showed up again, right?
Mhm.
He hit that cat so hard that it like vaporized in a bush across the street. And it kind of makes sense though, because like think about it. The hand is so incredibly powerful. He can make like the guy do whatever he wants, right? So he's got some he threw that backhand, Josh. That's what he did. And that's all that matters. And
Oh, I
Josh,
think I'm
what?
no, that's not it.
What? What are you
Nothing.
doing? What are you
Nothing.
doing? Josh?
Nothing.
Josh?
I'm looking for a clown dick sound.
Why are you God damn it, Josh. God damn it, Josh. Yeah,
There it is.
that's that's a cum. That's a cumsies, Josh.
Okay, fine.
I mean, Josh has gone to ADH realm of like his superpowers. I feel like you and Anton hanging out in real life, Josh, would be an adventure. Let me tell you what.
I don't know.
Okay,
I had to find some sort of. Oh, there's clown dick. Hey, clown dick.
it sounds like a pie, like in an old Looney Tunes cartoon, like the pie flying through the air and then hitting someone in the
I
face.
just I think it kind of what's oh, cuckoo. That's
I
me.
want to know what it makes me laugh at it as I'm looking through the IMDb page of this. Uh, the hand was played by an actor named Christopher Hart,
Well,
He
it had to have
also
been his hand at some part then, you know?
yeah, he also played the hand in, the Addams Family movies.
Oh, really? The Thing?
Yeah,
Or Thing?
yeah,
Whatever?
yeah,
Oh,
he
nice.
was in the Addams Family and Addams Family Values in 93, 91 and 93, so and he's a Canadian. He's born in British Columbia, Canada, 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 Josh, Canada.
No way.
He looks like David Copperfield on his IMDb page, but because he's, like, doing magic tricks or some shit like that. It also kinda makes me think of, David Duchovny in Zoolander, and his he was a hand model and all that
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good movie, man. That's like one that I can rewatch like randomly every
Oh,
couple
dude,
years, and it's just so good.
I hit a stretch, like, probably 10 years ago when every time I got sick, I watched Zoolander and, like it was, like, Zoolander and, Meet the Parents. It was, like, all that Ben Stiller stuff,
Yep.
and, like, from that period, and I'm like, "Man, that
I
man
always
was
watched The
funny."
Price is Right with like when Bob was on it. It
Yeah,
was
that
like
was m
you're skipping school, you're watching The Price is Right.
oh, yeah.
You just had
Dude,
to.
that and in the summertime, I mean, during the summertime, I'm like, "Price is Right. Shit, yeah!" Like,
Yeah, dude. I got so good at the Showcase Showdown for some reason. I'm Canadian and it's all in American dollars. And I watched it so much. I was like, no, 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 no. That's exactly 38,472. And I'd be like, so fucking close. I'd be like, what the fuck? I got to go on this show.
Josh, you've missed your life calling. Why don't you go on, The Price is Right? It's got skinny Drew Carey now, but, like, but still, if you can
Skinny
figure
Drew
out
Carey.
if you could
Totally.
figure out what the Showcase Showdown is, Josh, you could win a boat and a barbecue
No, you
and
could win a whole bunch of
a
upfront
snowmobile.
cost. Like there's like
Yeah.
have you heard that? Like they
You have to
charge
pay
you for the
taxes.
capital gains up front in order to do anything. So that you owe them like $7,000 after you win a whole bunch of stuff. Just to like walk out of there with like anything and you don't get it for like a year. So you pay them. It's such a scam.
Dude, fuck that noise. Dude, I like, I understand that the government needs money to run, but maybe we should charge the people sending penises into space, like, just for shits and giggles, some some money instead. Maybe let us normal people, live.
Yeah.
Let us live.
It's
Let
a
us
big
live our
problem.
life.
It's a big
We need
problem, dude.
we need to break into Bon Jovi. It's now or never. This ain't gonna last forever. I'm gonna live while I'm alive.
So now
It's my revenge.
you've seen the movie and know that the bagel cutter doesn't actually work, but I made it look like it works on the poster. And
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
did
that's
it.
so
And
cheesy.
I was like, "There's no way this thing would fucking cut his, like, hand off."
I know, but it
But
looks good on the poster. Come on.
it does, and it's that, like it also is more intriguing because they give you the idea that, like, the hand itself is, like, tough, like, it's super tough, right?
Yeah.
Because even if that blade was shitty, like, it wouldn't have bent up, like, on a normal it would have gone into your arm a little bit, right? But it, like, bends up like,
But
you
that's a
know when
gag. Like that's a comedy gag. As much as they
yeah,
have like the horror gags in this, they have setups for good comedy gags as well. And I think that's why this movie works so well. Like
yeah,
for someone that has nostalgia kick for it as well. You look at the like IMDb meter and Rotten Tomatoes score and stuff like that. People didn't like this movie at the time. It's all like, rotten or under 50 or close to
yeah.
around there or whatever. But fuck everyone. This movie fucking rules. So see it.
It it's another movie that knows what it is, and it doesn't take itself seriously. Like, if it would've fucked up one of those 2 things,
Yeah,
this movie
totally.
would have been terrible. Like, it's got, like, cheesy dialogue, it's got, like, all
Jessica
this stuff
Alba's
that
acting is so bad in it, but she is
it's so
so cute. I had such a huge crush on her uh
yeah,
in this. Yeah.
dude, she's bad, her line delivery is bad, her, like
It's really
her
bad.
the, like the very, she like I said earlier, he grabs her ass, the hand does, and she gets all, like, horny about it, and it's like, That's one of those things I said was like, that would never happen today. That's another thing is like, no, no, no. This is sexual assault, not like something someone should be
When did
celebrating, you know?
and then Final Destination came out the next year, I think. So I was just like,
Yeah.
man, Devon Sawa is like the horror god.
Well,
And
dude, what year was Casper? Like Casper's right around
oh
this time
right.
too. Like
No,
because
Casper was way before this. Because Final
95,
Destination came
dude. This was
ca
2 years before that.
what, this came
Yeah.
out in '97? I thought this was 98 or '99.
Or was it 99? I don't fucking know. It was
Because
99, so 4 years. Okay.
yeah, and Final Destination was 2000. So like literally one year after another, he was horror. But yeah, I totally yeah, he was the but that was my first crush ever. Casper, like um
Yeah. Dude, that movie is awesome. Like, it was a legitimately like, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being really, really, like, a quality movie, like, a family movie, right? But, like,
I loved
yeah,
Casper, man. Casper was fucking great. Who
yeah.
did Casper?
I don't remember. I do not remember. I was saying earlier
Christina
too,
Ricci though, like
yeah.
first crush for sure.
Dude, she was pretty.
And
Christina
then she was in
Ricci's
Adam's Family, looking pretty. Yeah.
dude, you know
Brad.
who the next did you see the things for Vanessa Hudgens in the Wednesday show?
Oh yeah, looks good.
It looks so she looks like the character, right? Which
Yeah.
is
But she's perfectly cast for it though. Like she like I don't think anyone else would just like slide right in perfectly to that like look, but she
yeah,
also because she's already played a scream queen very successfully in X and in Scream
yeah,
and did such a good job. It just like she is positioning herself as that perfect like niched character
yeah,
actor for horror, like big
yeah. Like
big
Danielle
time
Harris,
horror though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like she's it doesn't happen all that often anymore, but yeah, she's been doing some killer stuff. I want to say also as I'm like I have IMDb on a couple things. One, their poster sucks compared to your poster. The poster that's on there is just not
Oh
that
really?
good.
I don't remember.
And two, uh the one of the things that
Oh yeah,
really
that fucking stupid one. Yeah, I don't like that.
yeah. Devon Sawa really does a good job with the like he has to pull a lot. He looks ridiculous in a lot of this movie with his hand,
But I
like
love it. He did a good
yeah,
job with it.
that's what I'm saying. And that was one of those things that made this movie so enjoyable because you believe him that he's fighting his hand
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
time, right? Like, because if you didn't do that, this movie would have been bad. And it's like it's a B movie, right? This is a B movie, or it knew it was aiming to make a B type movie, which and it just embraces it, which is so awesome. Like he, I was watching them trying to I'm just watching the IMDb things go through, and there was a lot of good scenes in this. Like the guy, when Nub is trying to perform CPR on his parents when they're obviously dead. Like one of the is it the
Missing an
mom
eye.
is, like, missing an eyeball? The cat was just fucking them up. Like, the cat was, like, eating, people for the first part of this movie. They say, "Man, if you die in a home with a cat will start eating your fucking ass." And I don't mean your ass, I mean, like, he'll be eating your skin, and he'll be like, "God damn it. God damn it, Josh." And remember, that's not gonna be on the audio version. Mm.
That's just a reminder that Clown Dick is back in the room.
Clown Dick is always in the room. I live here. I breathe here. I am here. This room is Clown Dick. Clown Dick is this room. Oh, man.
Who
I
ever gave me a soundboard? Who the fuck
I don't know,
thought it
man.
was a good idea to give me a soundboard?
Also, you know the thing about this movie, Vivica A. Fox is such playing like like playing this like 70s character kind of it feels
Totally.
like she's like those 70
I'm on a
exploitation
mission.
movies.
I
Yeah.
love her.
I'm on a mission. It's like the Blues Brothers or some shit like that.
So good.
Kind of reminds me of uh the characters in Demon Knight, which Demon Knight is dude, if you've never seen Demon Knight, that movie fucking slaps. That movie's wonderful. I didn't see it till like I think the Dead in Santa Carla guys talked about it, and I was like, I need to watch this. And I was like, holy shit, this movie's fucking dope. That movie is dope. But her
Night of
character is so
right?
good.
Demon Night? What?
Demon Knight, the one with that had uh God, Will Smith's wife in it, Jada Pinkett Smith in it, Jada Pinkett in it, at that point. Um, and yeah, that movie's with Billy Zane is in that, I think. Yeah,
He's coming
that
to
movie's dope.
Calgary.
Calgary, home of the brave, or something. Home of the Canadians. Home of the Calgarians. That like
Calgary.
Calgary. You think it's like like related to the Targaryens? Calgarians. Oh God, I'm Clown Dick. I'm just gonna start calling myself Clown Dick from now on because I've earned the title.
It's not a bad thing,
I've
Rod.
earned
It's
the title,
just
Josh.
it's just a fact, okay?
It's just, it doesn't matter that it's something real terrible, but it's
I don't know where the fuck it came from. It goes.
I don't know, man. I You know what the guy I'm talking about though, the blonde guy that like Vivica A. Fox ends up running around
Yeah,
with like,
look at I'm
oh,
so tough.
just-
Look at my tattoo. It's the shittiest tattoo you'll ever see in your life.
yeah, that
I'm
guy
tough.
is one of those guys that every time I see him, I'm like, who the like where the fuck? Oh, he was in Event Horizon. That
Oh,
guy.
right. Totally.
Yeah. He was one of the asshole characters, if I remember right.
He's
He
always
hasn't
an
done any-
asshole.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything in a long time.
Oh,
No,
probably
I
not.
guess he was in Law and Order, but yeah.
He was typecast as the like douchey jock fuck for. Oh, he was in Alive. Oh, do you remember that movie?
I've never seen Alive.
Did you ever watch the new show Yellow Jackets?
No, I
You
did
should
not.
check them out.
Hmm.
Both are. Well, Alive is it's very
I don't
similar
know
premise.
Is it Yellow Jacket? Oh, is it about a plane crash
Yeah.
where people are getting eaten? Yeah, I know nothing about it. Nothing about it. I know that I know it's about a like soccer team crashing in the mountains and then eating someone, right?
In Calgary.
Oh, was it in Calgary?
No, I'm kidding. But it's in the
I
mountains, so it's like right,
okay.
right
I
there.
mean, dude, Ice Nine
Bam.
Kills has a song about that movie too, so I know that from that. But yeah, because all horror movies. So hey, when was the last time you'd watched this? How long had it been since you had a viewing of this?
Probably over 10 years.
Damn, man, you talk giving me shit for never watching this, and you haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
but
in
I
10 years.
used to watch it like I watched it so many times when I was like younger that it's
Yeah.
like, I've already seen it like 10 times or more, right? So
Yeah.
I already knew every single scene because I was obsessed with this movie. I was obsessed with like mall rats and all the like I just grew up on like stoner comedies and stuff and like Seth Green movies and yeah, like I rewatched Final Destination a whole bunch of times too. So I don't know, man. Like seeing Devon Sawa as an adult still it just weirds me out because he plays like a mean guy really well now. And I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, dude, he played like on that last season of Chucky, he played twins because the
Oh,
two main
right.
characters, and the one was like a drunk alcoholic, like a piece of shit, and the other one was a giant asshole. Like, so both of his characters were kind of shitty characters, right? And he got Chucky dealt with him though, so it's okay. Chucky is in here cleaning up messes and shit. You need to check that show out. I would be interested to see how you liked it, but
I watched the first like 3 episodes and then just stopped.
no, I know. But if it was Better Call Saul, you would watch it all. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Because Better
I
Call
see
Saul
you.
is the best show on television.
What about Paw Patrol, Josh? Come on, we all know Paw Patrol. I was talking about Paw Patrol with someone in my chat today. That's why I even thought of that.
It's the exact same show over and over and over. Now there's like dinosaurs and stuff or something.
I've never seen an episode of Paw. Wouldn't dinosaurs try to eat the dogs? Like, wouldn't they be like, this is like a little snack that, like, with fur?
It's such a ridiculous show. The mayor of like the other town is like the worst person ever. and like completely fucks everything up all the time. And they're like, "Oh, you."
But it's because it's about teaching kids about how to, like, be forgiving and, like, share how to share your baloney.
With your
I was trying
baloney?
I was I was trying to, like, like, share your toys, but for some reason, I thought it would be funnier to say share your baloney, and I'm like, it has some sexual connotations that it probably
But
wasn't.
who even has baloney anyways?
Wasn't that what Devon Sawa was eating in this? It was
Oh,
bologna on
right.
his yeah. Damn it, Josh. Maybe you took too many hits from your inhaler back in the
Fuck.
well, Josh, you're really having an asthma attack today. Well, you're like, "You're okay?" Yeah, yeah, mom." Also, I wanna point out, this motherfucker would have been in jail for all of his life. He killed, like, 2 cops and his parents, like, and
I
then
love how the
like
cops were just like dickheads from high school the year before, and now they're just fucking with him because
I'm sorry, no, they weren't. Those motherfuckers look 45.
I
They
know,
were
but like it's a funny thing. Oh, you never let us hang out with you, so now fuck you, you're getting a ticket. Like it's pretty
no,
funny.
they were like, "When we were, seniors and you guys were freshmen, you never you wanna hang out with freshmen, you fucking creepazoids? You
They're still
fucking
creepazoids.
creepazoid runs
Now
around
they're
in my
RoboCop.
circle. Creepazoid. Um, shit. You know what I was realizing, like after watching this movie and like before we started this, we got some big movies we're probably gonna be covering on here soon because Nope is coming out and The Black Phone.
Oh
So we
right.
got 2, and I have a buddy who wants to come talk Black or Nope, who was a former critic at Collider. So
Noise.
should be it should be interesting.
Keep us on
No,
track instead of
I don't know. There's no keeping us on track, Josh. We
I
are.
don't know. I think
You
we're
know what?
completely
You
off
know
the
what?
rails.
You know what we are like when someone comes on and like helps. They're like the bumpers, and we're like the bowling ball. Like usually we go into the gutter, and other times we're like in the other gutter, or sometimes we knock down like one pin. But when you have like someone to come on and like guide us, it's yeah.
Yeah, but the more to be honest though, the more new people that do check out the show and give me actual feedback, they're like, it's a really easy listen. I don't know. You guys just like, you're literally doing nothing. You're just bantering, but there's a flow and an ease to it that is easy to continue to listen to. So I know this is what we do, but because you and I have an ability to just let each other kind of do our thing and it's kind of fun, I think it's working, man. So I don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. We're getting close to 100 episodes, so we better
Exactly.
figure something out in those many, 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 many weeks. Yeah, dude, I'm glad you picked this. It was a blast. I
I just
I but
rewatched as well The Faculty, which is like right around the same time.
yeah,
Very
we watched that.
studio, Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez, and like I another fun poster to do for that one as well. But I would love to dive into that one day as well.
Yeah, that is something that I've been so my wife had never seen it. Like I got her some movies that are like I liked that were like special to me as a kid, like for Christmas, and that was one of them. And then
Totally.
oh no, she'd seen that. She hadn't seen The Frighteners. That was the one she'd never seen.
Oh, such a good
Um
one.
yeah,
Peter
it's a
Jackson, man. Like
yeah. Yeah, you already missed the big Peter Jackson movie, uh, doing Brain Dead, but
I know. I'm very
like
upset that I missed that one, but whatever.
Frighteners we could do sometime too.
Oh, I'm totally down, man. I was obsessed with Michael J. Fox growing up just because I was
Dude,
so
I was too.
obsessed with
Dude,
Back to the Future. So
Back to the
anything he was
Future,
in.
dude, I think I was like the youngest kid ever to like that TV show about the New York City, Spin City, if you remember that
Oh
shit.
yeah. Yeah.
Where he was like the deputy mayor or whatever. And I still loved it because he was fucking Michael J. Fox was dope. And like I think like no one under 68 liked that show. And for some reason I did because Michael J. Fox was on it. Yeah. So yeah, with those two things, yeah, I love that stuff. Um, I'm not sure what we should do next week. I was trying to look into getting a guest again, so I don't know if we pick something right away. And I was mentioning with Continue about us doing that. She wants to do the Shining slash Doctor Sleep
Oh,
thing.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and we just picked up a copy of Doctor Sleep. We haven't watched it. I finally got my wife to sit down all the way through The
The Shining?
Shining. She had
Oh,
never sat all the way through it. And speaking of The Shining, I'm playing that Control game on stream, and they do things like have carpet look like the carpet in the
sick.
like.
I would love to do
It's
a
not.
Shining poster. I would have to pour my heart and soul into that because, like, I've always been a huge Kubrick
Yeah,
fan. Filmmakers loving Kubrick. Oh, it's such a cliche, but no, like The Shining was
yeah,
really one of those movies that I dove into, and I didn't go down the like rabbit hole that like those conspiracy theories and all that stuff. Like some of
yeah,
them, I like to imagine that he was such a smart guy that he just fucked with people anyways, and like a lot of the
yeah.
weirdness. But like, man, have you seen that like for whatever like the
242.
documentary? Yeah,
No,
that
I haven't seen
documentary
it.
about it. It
Yeah,
fucking
no.
like I can be on board with like the first maybe half of that documentary, and then all of a sudden they're just like, now we're all in on fucking crazy, and I'm like, you lost me. You guys are fucking weird now. Like, what? Like, chill
Yeah.
out, guys. This is too much.
Yeah, there's some bonkers people. There's some bonkers people with that kind of stuff. Um, I was gonna say something else, and I think, yeah, I lost what I was gonna say because I think when you talk about that, my brain went blump. It was one of those thoughts of the ADHD brain that just lost me. But I gotta go to bed because I gotta be up early again. So we'll wrap up, and I'll tweet out from that account when we actually figure something out. We got plenty of options. I had someone suggesting something to me on from Shutter, and maybe we do a Shutter movie here before we go back to classic stuff. So,
Yeah,
um,
Shutter always hits hard though, right? So
yeah,
I'm always down
I
for
know
Shutter.
my buddy who was talking about coming on to talk about Nope just got a Shutter trial for the movie that I'm talking about, and I was like, "Watch Psycho Gorman,
Yes,
watch Psycho Gorman."
everyone. I still need a Psycho Gorman tattoo.
Yeah. Well, dude, I told you and Jerry last night, or maybe I don't know if you were on the point when I was talking about with Jen, the lady
Yes.
who did our logo, and she's talking about doing a updated version with Psycho Gorman riding the Murder Moose, and you'd be holding a Hunky Boys magazine.
Awesome. Dude, we have to have that. That needs to be season 2. That will be when season 2 will be official. It's like I asked someone else, like, well, what do you consider like, oh, we just do seasons all the time. We're on like season 7. I was like, what? Are we
I don't
doing this wrong?
I I don't know, man. I think I've heard enough podcast stuff where some people just don't even do numbers anymore. They just do their shit. So who fucking knows? Like the punk rock horror guys, like had been doing it for a long time when they had me on, and they just have episode titles now. They don't even do numbers anymore. And I'm like, I mean, I don't think any of that matters because I think that you're trying to avoid people like feeling like they can't jump in. But like with this shit, you're not losing anything if you miss an episode.
Honestly, because we're here, we're
Yeah,
already at fucking 89. I think it adds to like, holy shit, you guys are, you're hanging in there. You're doing your thing. And I
yeah,
think there's almost like a respect that comes with like, shit, you've been
yeah,
doing this for almost 100 episodes.
yeah.
Respect. Like,
Yeah, that's what yeah, Zeke said that, and that man's been on a podcast for 600 plus episodes, I think is how long they've been doing it. They've been doing that or 300 plus. It was a long time. They've been doing they're one of those shows that they don't do the episode numbers anymore. And I think the guy who runs this show was like, I think we'll do numbers again when they get to 400. They've been doing it
shit.
for that long. Like they do it
Let's just
weekly.
keep it
So,
going, man.
yeah.
Triple
Just keep
dig. Triple dig.
yeah. Okay, Josh. We'll tweet out when we figure out a movie, but I love your face. I'm tired. It's been a long day, but keep on rocking. Yeah. Josh is joshwrb.com, joshwrb on Twitter, Twitch, all that shit, Instagram. I'm Writer's Johnston on Twitter, Twitch, all that shit. murdermoose.com. Give us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening. iTunes, Spotify, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I think that's about all. Thank you for listening to our clown dickness and our shenanigans. We're doing here. So love you, motherfuckers, and we'll see you guys next week. And I love you, Josh.
Love you, Rod. Oh,
I'll see you soon.
bye.